Hi guys, welcome back after a little while. I've decided to play a new game in Oxygen Not Included, and I'm going to be playing on the Occupational Upgrade, which is pretty much the newest one for February 2018 at the moment. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you should be treating Oxygen Not Included in the first 30 games of gameplay. So I'm gonna be pretty much showing you some tips on how to handle the various aspects of your colony, and I will try to kinda illustrate what you should be doing in the first minutes of the game. I'm not gonna take it too far with explaining stuff, but I'm just gonna stick with explaining the basics and try to keep it as short as possible for this video, because I think the beginning of the game is the most important thing. When we're selecting our players here, our duplicants, and it starts with 3 always, we need to take a look at their traits, which are important, and we definitely don't want duplicants that consume a lot of oxygen, for example. So an air consumption rate of -25 is actually good. I'm probably gonna keep this guy. We do want somebody who has high learning because we want to be able to research things quickly. So I'm gonna shuffle here, and I'm gonna go for deep learning attributes, maybe like +5 or so. Oh, this one looks good, and he cannot care. That's fine. He's a quick learner also. Yeah, I like this one. We're gonna keep it. And what about this one? Gastrophobia, cannot cook. That's fine. Uh, Kindness, okay. So we have two good learners. That should be good enough. So I think that's good according expectation. So food quality is also kind of important. Grizzly is okay, I suppose. Ugly crier, destructive. Okay, I think we're good. And how are we gonna name our colony? Let's name it colon, for example. So and let's embark. So obviously the most important thing in the very beginning is to research and see what's going on around. There's a lot of water here. That's interesting. Doesn't happen often. That's actually way too much water. Let's remove the stuff here. We start with colony requiring toilets as always. But you always have to remember that we want a 4 tile height for our colony. That's the standard height, and always be leaving a few tiles when water is around. We're gonna handle it a little bit later. But for now, we need to dig a little bit, and let's have this going a little bit faster. And let's make our first tiles here. We kind of want to, decorate our base a little bit, and just have some tiles so that our duplicants can move faster. We can dismiss all those because these are the basic stuff. We are a little bit advanced in terms of oxygen not included, so let's also make a ladder here. It's good to have multiple ladders. I may make one more here actually, and generally be making a few. And yeah, as I said, my idea here is to kind of show you how the game progresses and what you should be doing in the very first gameplay. And obviously, you want to start with digging a few things. That's super important. And you definitely want to be looking at what the notifications say here. So colony requires toilets is a pretty important one. You would need to have some toilets, and we're gonna isolate the toilets a little bit, so that they are on their own room, sort of. But yeah, we first need to have our duplicants dig a little bit, and I'll have to use this water actually. So let's cancel the build here and leave a little bit of space so that we can actually get to that water. That's a pretty good pocket here. I think they have added more water in probably in the new versions of the game, because I'm seeing a lot of pockets here. Normally it's like one pocket of water at most, but that's good. It's gonna be easier. And obviously we're gonna use that water, and eventually we're gonna try to find a water geyser, which is not somewhere around here. But our goal is to always find a water geyser. It's super important. Suffocating already? Who is suffocating? What? How do you get there? Wow. So if that happens, you kind of need to give a high priority on what you need to build so that he can come up. We lost him. That's so weird. Yeah, I guess that can happen. So yeah, I've never lost somebody so early. Not a big deal though. We're gonna get a new duplicant in cycle 5. That's so weird. Um, yeah, I guess I didn't notice that, and that's a weird location for sleeping also. So it was a little bit slow because I was using the fast speed. I want to be using. I normally wouldn't be using fast, but I kind of want to skim through the basic stuff so that you are not really watching things for no reason. I kind of want to be quick with my explanations, and yeah, that's completely unexpected here. But what can you do? So what's our next thing? Let's actually create a couple of storage containers, 3 of them maybe. And always, if you want to prioritize things, you just select prioritize and have 9 here, which it actually starts with higher priority. I think it's actually updated. I remember that the original one was like 5, if I'm not mistaken. Now it seems like they have added a higher priority on those. This is interesting and probably useful. But here we're gonna actually store everything and copy settings and do all of the things here. So we made a mess here. Yeah, things are going a little bit weird because I haven't created a toilet. Yeah, that's because I'm using fast speed and I haven't created the toilet yet. So I'm gonna create the toilet in a little bit of an isolated place, as I mentioned. So and that's what you should be doing also. And let's see what we can do here. So create the outhouse over here maybe, and we kind of contaminated this water, but it's not so much, so it will probably go back to normal after a while. Because you see that because of the vomit, actually there was no vomit, there was some peeing happening. There are some germs, but there are not too many, and they will eventually go away. They will eventually die in the clean water, so that's not a big deal really. But let's dig a little bit more here, and a little bit more. Again, we need to dig 4 tiles. That's the default. That's probably a good idea. Always be looking at the germs around. You need to know what kind of germs. So, for example, there's slime. You have to be super careful. In the very beginning of the game, don't go near slime because it can be deadly for the duplicants. So we're creating the outhouse here so that our duplicants can pee. And right now we have 2 duplicants because somebody died, and that was completely unexpected, but it happened. So this duplicant was what were the attributes? Digging, and eventually we need to make a grave for them. I don't think we have that yet, but maybe we do actually. I'm not sure, but I need to be making a little bit of power already because power is super important. Okay. So what's going on here? Out of order. That's because of this one. We need to deconstruct that. So when there is a rock in between, it may not work the building at all. Oops. So we also need to deconstruct this. Okay, good. So we're a little bit unlucky in the fact that I lost one of my duplicants completely unexpectedly. But again, in the 5th cycle, we will get a new one, so no big deal. Actually, we need to dig that instead. Okay, doing well. So yeah, wow, I'm making weird stuff here. Somehow I destroyed my outhouse. That's okay, no big deal. So we have an outhouse here, and let's also work towards getting our first research station because it's important. We need to have a research as long as they get the battery also first, so that we can produce some energy. And also remember to get a few batteries for the very beginning. Quite important as well. And it starts with a high priority, that's also good. Looks like it's the default now. I like that. But yeah, the fact that we lost one of the duplicants so early is a little bit worrisome, because I don't have too many people now. And let's also mop a little bit eventually. Not mop, sorry. Sweep. And it's night for now. We need. What about the oxygen levels? So oxygen overlay, we're fine so far. We don't need to do much at the moment. And we have a lot of algae also, so we should be good if we actually need more oxygen. We don't at the moment, so we're fine. So what's next? Let's see what we can make here. Let's make the bedroom. So I kind of like to create a room here, and no, actually let's cancel that, and instead make a door here, and maybe actually not make another door for now. Just leave this one, and have a door here, and let's have a few beds. I'm gonna go for three beds at the beginning, with a little bit of a thing in between so they can put a statue or something. Okay, that's good. And we require a food source. Yes, that makes sense. And for food, we need a microbe masser at the very beginning, and let's put it here. This amount of germs is actually almost nothing, so no big deal. Yeah, that's fine. Even if consumed, it's not so much. And we don't have the material. Okay, let's mop that. Okay, always remember to be sweeping stuff, because if they are left around, your duplicants will be anxious, stressed. Okay, we're doing good. Again, I don't want to keep this. Okay, let's get a new duplicant. It's important now since we lost one already. And allowed sleeper is a little bit weird, but +8 learning is actually really good. So immunity regen, okay, that's not a super big deal. I think I'm gonna go for this guy. I like him. Nice learning. And always remember to go to, so when we build up our research station here, actually let's connect it to power with wires. So connect everything to power. But always remember to have your research, sorry, not research, yeah, actually select the research also first. And let's go for the basic farming first. Okay, but always remember to send specific people, and actually your best people to do specific jobs. So if you go to jobs here, and also this panel has changed as I'm seeing now. This is a little bit different than when it used to be. Okay, so looking at this here, you can see that the research is actually Travaldo is being by far the best. I'm gonna leave Jane also, and new duplicants won't do that. So yeah, actually this has been changed dramatically, as I see here. Interesting, really different than what it used to be. Okay, it's actually less jobs now, which is probably okay. So hopefully they have made the applicants more efficient, generally speaking. So at least we have 3 applicants now, after one of them died. But remember that research is super important, so you need to have a higher priority, so give it a 9 in the beginning of the game. And it's night already. Seeing the record time, we're at 15 minutes. Again, I don't want to keep it too long. I just want to give you a basic idea of what you should be looking at. And highest stress is 5%, that's 4% now, that's fine. When you reach like 50%, you may be looking to get a massage table, which where is it? Actually, let's also get a tasteful memorial here. Um, so not sure whether if I want to put it here. Maybe put it over here somewhere for a dead person here. And yeah, we're making our beds. That's good. I need to go create the battery, the power stuff here, the wires and all that. And once you're done with digging, you may also want to create some new areas here by digging more things. And always leave a little bit of cushion for your ladders. You see I'm using ladders here. That's why I like to utilize them. Pretty much continuing and on top. And we're doing really well. It's really important to try to find the cold biome, which the latest updates hasn't been easy. It's a little bit hidden, it's a little bit far, so it can be a little bit of trouble. And remember to also look at your oxygen overlay. We're fine so far. But in the beginning, you want to be creating algae deoxidizers. I don't think I have them yet. I haven't researched them yet, but I will shortly. When you research your stuff, probably the most important thing to research, I would say, is ventilation and interior decor, so you open up the other potential researches. But just make sure that you do a little bit of everything, so that you can open up the second research types, the secondary research types. So we have the outhouse here, and I actually made a little bit of a bad choice here, and I will explain why. But let's also get some water in the meantime. So let's deconstruct that. And you can make bad choices at times. That's not a huge deal. It can happen. But let's actually make some water, and I will explain what I mean. Okay, that's good now. Let's get some water. But I forgot to put the wash basin here, and the problem is that your applicants need to wash their hands after they are out of the outhouse. So the wash basin should actually be here, and the outhouse should be a little bit deeper. So what I'm gonna do is recreate that. And mistakes like that can happen. It's no big deal. You can reconstruct your stuff. It's not like you're wasting a lot of materials or anything of that sort. So just put two outhouses here, deconstruct this one, and put the wash basins here instead. Is the proper way of doing things. And once they deconstruct this one, I will put another wash basin here. Because we want the applicants to wash their hands when they are exiting. Obviously, so they actually will go to the outhouse, they do their stuff, and once they're exiting, then they wash their hands, and that's why we set the direction on their right. So whenever they pass from that side, going on their right, they're gonna wash their hands, and not when they enter, and that's important in order not to be wasting time also. So let them sleep for a little while, and oops. Let's see what else we can build here. We don't really need a bottle opener at the moment. A mustard stable we can build already, just to have it for a later time, but I kind of want to build it in a separate building where I have the medicine stuff also in there. So let's have a compost also here. And put it here. Let's make this room a little bit bigger. And open up a little bit more space. Always remember to set up a higher priority if you want your applicants to give a higher priority to specific tasks. Okay, so missing research station. So let's see. Okay, so that's meal preparation. Yep. So let's move on to the next one, which is ventilation. Let's go ahead and pick ventilation and interior decor. It's good. So we have one wash basin here. Require some water. So what's going on here? Oh yeah, we need to deconstruct that. To dig that because there's not enough space for them. Let's give it a 9 so that because they cannot actually pump the water because there's this there are those tiles here. Okay, we can build another wash basin actually, and we are almost short of food, so let's start making a few mass bars. So let's see here. Yes, make a few. Give it a 9 so that they keep on making as a high priority. And you see now we can actually pump some water. Somebody will come over eventually. And let's move a few. Let's sweep a few things because you need to be sweeping stuff because it helps with the stress levels. Okay, so wash basins work fine, and we're gonna make a muscle stable a little bit later. Have a compost, so the med bed is gonna be in a separate room. I'm gonna make it a little bit later. So let's dig the stuff here. So the most important things in the beginning, as you see, is pretty much setting our bedrooms here, setting our research station. Our first few, I'm wondering why we don't have power. Actually, yeah, we need to have somebody with a 9 of priority here so that they are always running. And I kind of like to have everybody running. Eventually, I don't want to keep specific people running because I want them all to get good with running so that they can produce power, all of them. So at the very beginning, it's a good idea to actually train them because you can go slowly and you don't really need to go fast, and you know you don't require a lot of things to happen properly in the very beginning. So you can just have your amateur runners, getting better at it, so learning more. And wondering where we are. So okay, we're 21 minutes in. Can show a few more things. But what about our research? Research is super important, and you need to be always researching something. And definitely, Clay is definitely adding more and more things in every iteration of the game, every like month or so. So there's a lot of things to see, and a lot more things being created all the time. So let's make a few more storage containers here. So the pizza pump is working fine. Okay, we're good. So let's actually dig a little bit more. One more area. Again, 4 tiles all the time. It's good enough. Remember to check our oxygen levels, see where we are. We are almost okay so far. So let's proactively make. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, we need to research some stuff now. So both of these are done. Okay, that's good. Let's go advanced research. So we need to go advanced research so that we can actually open the advanced research tabs. So the batteries are full here, so let's make a couple more. We don't have the big batteries yet. That's okay. We're gonna research it later. So let's make one more since we don't have the material for more. Okay, so let's actually move one of our duplicants out of the food stuff so that he can actually do some things around our base. Because we have one at research and one at producing power pretty much all the time. And we would normally have 4 duplicants now, but I made this weird mistake earlier and I lost one of the duplicants. And have they actually... Yeah, they have put them there. Okay. I've never lost a duplicant so early. It can happen, I guess. If you are super negligible. Okay, let's get one more duplicant now because it's important. Diver's Lang, that's actually really good. +5 farming. That's also good. Cannot combat, cannot dig also. Let's go for this one. I like not consuming a lot of oxygen actually, that's super important. Okay, so we're in a good spot at the moment. We have 4 duplicants instead of 5. That's okay. So advanced research is done, and let's continue with. So let's go like this. But we actually need raw metal to make the supercomputer. So we need to find raw metals here and dig them. So raw minerals, raw metal is here actually. So what we're gonna do is prioritize that. It's actually prioritized automatically now. The problem is that we have other stuff also, so let's cancel this also. We don't really need so many at the moment, but we need them to dig stuff. I guess after they sleep. So once we get the raw metal, we're gonna fix we're gonna make our computer, our supercomputer, so we can research more things. And as I mentioned, I will proactively make some algae deoxidizers. Maybe I also need raw metal. Okay, so let's wait it out a little bit. We're in cycle 7 at the moment. Let's see what. Okay, we're 26 minutes in. I'm gonna stick to 30 minutes and close that video around that time. Let's actually cancel some of the mopping things. We're gonna mop later. Let's actually dig instead. Okay, good. Okay, so it's a few more things here. Yeah, that's because we need the supercomputer also, but we're gonna fix it soon. And let's make a normal battery also, so we can hold a little bit more power. Okay, doing good. So supercomputer is gonna be the next one. It's super important so that we can actually research those things. Get this area here. So hope. Cool. I don't like these things. Kill them. So they're eating our stuff. Our resources. We need our resources. Okay, we're doing well. So once we gather the raw material, then we can create our new things here. And let's see what else we can do before I finish this playthrough. So our next step, my next step here would be to also, and let's do it quickly, create a room for my sick duplicants, or for a room to relax really. And actually let's make an algae deoxidizer because we're also running out shortly. So let's remove the carbon dioxide and produce some oxygen. Don't go crazy with these, because there's other better ways to handle this, to handle oxygen. Don't waste your algae in the very beginning. But let's get some power here, some wires. Cool. And yeah, I wanted to finish this building here. Let's actually make it about that big, like a door. And I'm gonna have in here, let's see, the message table. I'm gonna have a med bed, and normally need a table as well, I believe, in order to make it a room. So let's see, where are the tables? I'm not sure. Normally, I think it requires a mesh table instead, not a message table, but I can build it a little bit later. So let's make it a room. You have to close it in order to make it a room. But to see what you really need, you can see the room overlays, and you're going for the med bay here in order to be able to quarantine the sick applicants. And it's always a good idea to make all of these rooms in separate areas, because they can help you with for different reasons. So since we're approaching, yeah, this is 30 minutes. Let's close this playthrough for now, and I thought that kind of gave you some ideas. And I actually built. I'm just noticing that I built the ceiling a little bit too low. So let's remove that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be here. Yeah. So that's the proper height. And mistakes like that can happen. No big deal. You can always fix them later. And you don't have to have like a super organized base, obviously. But yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea of what you need to be doing in the very first 30 minutes of the game. Go for getting food with a microbe masser, and once you go low on calories, have it with a 9 and have somebody continuously making something. And have your room with beds here, and have your people researching some stuff very quickly in the game because it's super important. And I wish you could actually automatically research without needing to select every time. I don't see the reason for that, but okay. Let's see here. Okay. I think it's inside already. Okay. Yep. And yeah, you need to be creating your toilets and stuff. Sweep the stuff from the floor, which I'm gonna be doing next. I think this weird things, these weird blocks that unexpectedly arise. Remember to sweep the stuff because it messes your the stress levels. And just take it slowly. Have like 5 duplicants at the very beginning for the first like 50 cycles or so. You don't need to go crazy. Remember to make some more storage compactors, as I need to be making here. And I kind of like to have them on the sides for the most part, or close to areas of importance. But yeah, that kind of shows you what you need to be doing in the very beginning. Have food, have power generation, toilets, sweep stuff, get some water, have your algae deoxidizers and algae terrarium. Just stick with a couple. You don't need more. In the very beginning, as you see, our oxygen is just fine for the moment. And you can also have like an algae terrarium in the bottom if you want, so that you can remove this carbon dioxide, or you can dig lower so that you can remove that carbon dioxide. And then start researching a little bit more, like go upwards in order to be finding the other areas of importance. And yeah, hopefully you'll have some nice gameplay. I hope that gave you some insight on how you need to go about your first 30 minutes of gameplay. And if you like it, I'm gonna make more Oxygen Not Included videos. And thanks for watching this, and I'm gonna see you soon with another video on Oxygen Not Included, probably pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. And remember to subscribe, right? Never forget that. See ya. Bye.